Good morning, welcome along everyone, welcome to London Planespotting. I hope you are all good. Lewis here from London Planespotting, and good morning, happy Saturday morning to you all as we are live here at London City Airport. It's a Saturday service here at London City, so slightly less busier than a weekday service, but it's certainly crammed packed of action today, so don't worry, there won't be any boring parts indeed. Welcome along. We are starting the show, as you probably can see, at 9:30. Reason is because 9:30 is just after the break of operations. There's a slight half an hour break in between. Our next arrival is going to be a city flyer from British Airways, the Amsterdam flight. We are expecting also 3 A220s today, one being Swiss and the other two being ITA Airways. The Amsterdam flight currently is 2,000 feet, 2,500 feet I should say, and descending. So once we'll see that, we will focus on that. We've also got a bit of maintenance operations going on today for the City Flyer aircraft. We've just had an engine test going on. We might be able to get that later for you today. We'll just have to see. The plane is in its position still on testing. At the moment we're obviously watching KLM load up their plane. They came in about 10 minutes ago and they have been offloading and now reloading for the return flight back to Schiphol Airport. So welcome along everyone, hope you're all good. Happy Saturday, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get things going, shall we? Let's put the logo back on. Always forget that. And let's also get our info bar at the bottom as well. We're trying up in the stream settings, so hopefully pitch quality is really good for you guys. Do let me know if there's any problems, but so far so good on my end. It looks good to me. I'm just going to check I have everything set up for all the frequencies and stuff. And then I'll get to the chat in a moment, so bear with folks. Oh, I thought I saw that. There we go. So Amsterdam flight should be coming into view very soon. I'm just going to get rid of my coffee. Now we purchased something for the radio because, as you know, we sometimes get a lot of interference at certain locations, mainly because of our equipment and the way we power stuff up. It interferes with the radio sometimes. So we tried something new. My wife tried something new, and I've invested in some sort of they're like magnetite poles which they go around the cable to reduce the leakage of interference, which gets picked up for sensitive equipment like radios. Dare I say it? Too early to say, I know, but it looks pretty promising. We'll just have to see. Right, Amsterdam flight is now on final, and then I'll get over to the chat and welcome everyone who's joined us onto the chat. I can see some mods already, and the chat is already looking good, so thank you for joining us. Here she is. So Alpha Delta today is the Amsterdam flight. That is a 12-year-old Embraer E190 LR. Seems quite an old age now, a 12-year-old aircraft. I know we can get quite a lot sort of older aircraft than that, but even so, a 12-year-old aircraft today, and yet we're still seeing them fly, which is great to see. Let's go over to the chat. Athene, welcome to you, hope you're good. David, welcome along, hope you're good. Dogwood, hope you're good as well, good to see you. Good morning, or Wayne's there as well, good morning, hope you're good. And I think I saw, I don't know what's going on, let me just have a look at, I keep having top chat on, I don't want top chat, I want full chat, there we go. And Dan Graham, hope you're good as well, good to see you my friend. It's a very cold, brisk morning today, it's not too bad, but it is still quite cold. How are you looking stream performance, folks? Do let me know. Is it smooth? Is it good? No buffering? And is the picture clear? Like I say, always trying to up our game here when it comes to picture quality. Give you as much detail as possible. Ah, Tom, morning to you. Hello there, father. Hope you're good, my friend. That's a good shot, I like that, look at that. Athene asks, what's the worst plane you've ever been on? I imagine I'm not gonna, well, I can't really say type, because I don't think there is a type I've hated, to be quite honest. I'm not a massive fan of the 737, I'll be totally honest, I don't find them the most comfortable. But probably the worst, I'm going to go worst flight or worst airline. The worst one as everyone was probably an airline called Fly Globespan. I don't know if David would remember, because it was a Scottish airline which operated, and it ventured out to the rest of the UK and started doing low-cost flights from Stansted and other sort of Manchester Airport and other airports as well, like Liverpool. And they did a flight from Stansted to Larnaca, which is a 4-hour and quite a 4-hour flight more or less, and hated it both there and back. Didn't like it, very uncomfortable. The legroom there was no legroom, and also the landing was dodgy, to say the least. Considering I'm used to landing at Larnaca Airport, I know how long braking distance should be and how long it takes to touch down, and this one took an age to touch down. It would seem that the pilot was almost certain he was determined to get it down, and the braking could be told on how long it took for us to brake and to come to a slow steady speed. Also, the return flight was at 2 a.m. in the morning, with no legroom, no space. There was no way you could fly, sort of sleep. It was awful, absolutely awful. Anyway, they don't exist anymore because they went bankrupt. Mainly because they lost their license as well, because they used to fly to transatlantic flights as well. But they lost their license because they flew a 757 with one engine and decided to continue to crossing the Atlantic with one engine with a fault and not turn back. The pilots decided it was better to continue, but mainly because I would imagine of the impact it would have cost the airline, so they decided to continue the flight, which raised some eyebrows with the CIA and also the FAA and also NTSB. Yes, David, remember them. There you go. Yeah, they used to operate 737s and 757s. And to be fair, their 757s were actually quite nice. They were a nice sort of, they suited that livery, but not the best. Not the best. And I think they ventured out too much for what they could handle. They thought to themselves, oh, we could be the new EasyJet or the new Ryanair, and really they weren't to the level that they needed to be. What's the rarest plane I have ever seen? I'm going to say the Antonov 2. I think I'm going to say. Is that the rarest, or it's a mix between the Antonov 2 and probably Air Force One. Yeah, it's probably the two rarest. That's really interesting. Oh wow, I didn't know that. So you had an opportunity to work from them. Well, I'm glad that didn't happen for your sake, David, because obviously I don't think they lasted that long. I think they ventured out to the rest of the UK and ventured into these sort of low frills areas, but if I seem to remember, it was only about 4 years they lasted. And the final year was dreadful. They lost the 757s. They were reduced to, I think it was 4 737s. They really cut back the operations. Yeah. I do feel for the staff when that happens, because, you know, the staff, to be fair, weren't that bad. Hello. Have we got an inspection, or are they cleaning? What are they doing? I believe that was the Amsterdam flight that just came in. That's not... No, I don't think that's de-icing. If it is, it don't look right. Hey there. You alright?
Yeah. What's
Streaming at the moment.
Oh, streaming?
Yeah, on YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, which company?
London Planespotting. It's the channel. Planespotting.
Oh, London Planespotting. Yeah. Okay. Nice talking to you.
A little bit of action today.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But yeah.
All the best.
Take care. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what they're doing now. Are they inspecting them? David, whatever works out best, that's what you need to do, isn't it, my friend? I'm trying to work out what they're doing here. If anyone knows, just put it in the chat. Unusual. So a little bit of a break, and then we are going to see the Edinburgh flight coming in. It starts to wrap up starts to ramp up, I should say. Now all the sort of inbound flights are starting to make their way into London City. We've also got departures happening. Are they testing or are they cleaning? What are they doing? Let's have a look. I'm so intrigued. Oh, he's going behind. I'm sure that was the Amsterdam flight. I might be wrong. It might be actually this one was. Hang on, there's Alpha Delta. Where's Alpha? Oh no, Alpha Delta's here. So this was the Amsterdam flight. Not too sure what that one was. So, hope we're all good. Happy Saturday all. What's the plans this Saturday for you guys? Quite looking forward to the fact we've doing a stream this morning. Gives me a little bit of the rest of the day to myself. Bit of relaxing, just getting absolutely shattered at work. Looking forward to the Christmas holiday, I really am. Oh, hello. Have we got... That sounds like a Cessna. That might have a citation heading out. Well, listen to that and here, look out for that one. As you probably hear and hear, the sea that the local rowing club is out as well. So we are on Saturday operations, which means it's a slightly reduced timetable to the weekday. The reason why is due to the local area. They're only allowed to operate for half of the day. In this case, on a Saturday, it is at 7 a.m. till 12:30, I believe, or officially, I think they can operate up to 1:45, and then he's back again. I'm going to have a look. What's going on? And then on Sunday, I believe it's 12:30 all the way till 9 o'clock on a Sunday. So it gives the locals in the area a little bit of time, whether they get their afternoon or mornings on a Sunday, just to relax without any noise. Obviously in the UK, especially in London, we have the same sort of similar restrictions, or some sort of restrictions of sound over Heathrow, and quite a few airports in the UK will have a time restriction where they will close at a certain time of the day, or reduced service during a certain time of the day. This is so that they are quieter for the local residents and that they can sleep or get a bit of rest, and they're constantly not hearing engine noises and plane noises, which I get, I do understand, but as an aviation lover, I would absolutely, I'm sure you'd get fed up with it, but I do love to hear the planes. And to be honest, where I live, we live directly over one of the flight paths from when they're on this operation, which is 27 today, and we would actually get that. And to be honest, we get it from both when they're on either side of a runway, or either end, I should say, of a runway, and you get them flying over. They're obviously not as loud as we are, not that close to London City, but you still hear them. You can still hear them if you have the windows open as well. And I'm not a massive. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't, I quite like it. I can actually identify most of the traffic now through the sounds, because I'm hearing it so much now. But anyway, that, I suppose, that's what being an aviation lover is all about. Wayne says, are they training ahead of the Arctic blast? And maybe they do. It's quite busy here on a Saturday morning. We don't always stream here on a Saturday, so we don't always see it. But most of the time, unless the weather is really bad, they will be on the docks here. And this is not the Thames. A lot of people get confused and think this is the Thames. No, this is just a lock, basically, like a man-made dock. Used to be a shipping docking area for the shipyard, but not anymore.
Whiskey, stand 8, we are ready for startup.
There we go, KLM all ready.
CH1020, startup approved, 50 whiskey.
Dare I say it, I think those things that I've bought for the cables to reduce the leakage of current has actually worked. Alan T, welcome to you, hope you're good.
Anything exciting at the airport today?
Not really much. You have my favourite's the A220, so you've got ITA Airways later on, which is nice to see, but yeah.
Happy watching.
Thank you. You too. Good luck. There you go. A local rower. I say local, I don't actually know. But a rower of the club here. Do you know what? They're not allowed to get too close to the airport because obviously security situations. But it must be an experience to actually, when you're rowing along the stretch here and you have an Embraer or an A220 or an E2 roaring along at some pace, lifting up ahead of you. There must be some sort of wake turbulence that you can sort of feel near it, because you can really. I mean, you get it sometimes over Heathrow when you're at the Myrtle Avenue, and you can really sort of feel when the sort of 777s come in, or even a 787 and a A380, sorry, an A330. You really feel the wake turbulence behind just sort of knock into you. So I wonder if they get that, because it does generate a lot. I mean, you've got to remember these are probably using more power as well, because they're at full thrust when that's happening. Let's have a quick look. He's having an inspection on this tail. I wonder if they are inspecting the tail fin. What are they checking? I'm so intrigued here. David, I would imagine so. I don't know for certain, but given how close Tate and Lyle is, are they doing an inspection? Never seen it. Never seen it. I'm intrigued. That's how close Tate and Lyle is. There is the sugar factory. Anyone who buys a bag of sugar, or if you like the Lyle's golden syrup, this is the factory. They've got a few plants here which make the product, all different type of product. There is KLM heading out right now.
We're looking for it to definitely be there, but as short as possible.
So this is KLM flight 50 whiskey.
That's good. Great. Back in the right. Good.
for everyone who has joined us, do not forget to hit that like button. That water must be cold, I have to say. I saw a lower earlier. A bit, I think she had a bit of a splashback from the oars, and it sounded cold. she did give a little bit of a weep there because it was so cold. So we'll follow KLM at the moment all the way down to the holding position. Already we can hear they're given hold clearance, line up and wait clearance, I should say. So they'll go straight on to the runway now. There's no other traffic at this moment in time waiting.
We'll link up at this end.
One Alpha departure, 1072. Choco 1 Alpha departure, 1072 fraction, 217. Fraction 217, service correct, report when ready to start. Call you ready, fraction 217. Gallon 50 with 27, 240 with 8 from a 27 clear takeoff. Runway 27 clear takeoff, scale up 50 with.
Already going turn and burn there from KLM. Stick around on them at the moment, as we should. The cloud coverage is quite high, although it's quite dense, it's actually quite high, so we should be able to see them turn. It should be about now. There we go.
Operate Delta 0 to 5, can 5 to whiskey, go back. 6 hour 6, Oscar, Oscar, 2-1. Top 6, Oscar, 27 at Victor, Oscar, Baker 8.
There we go, there she goes.
Fraction 217 Foxtrot, ready for the start.
Fraction 217 Foxtrot with a master in attendance to stop.
Apple fraction 217. Fraction 217 Foxtrot, can you confirm for the tape, please, you have master? We have master fraction 217 Foxtrot. Thank you.
So that sounds like we have a Cessna maybe waiting to depart. I think we've got passengers for, I think this is going to be the return Amsterdam flight. Let me just double check. I think it's Alpha Delta. It is Alpha Delta, which that's scheduled at 10:25. It is on time. And you can see they're already boarding passengers as we speak. And that is Sea Flyer, sorry. 89er whiskey. Radioing in right now is the Edinburgh flight. There you go, David. The Edinburgh flight is inbound. I need to go to Aberdeen, David. I need to go to Aberdeen. I need to go to Edinburgh and Glasgow, to be fair. Glasgow's Prestwick looks good as well, but I don't know if there's that many for Glasgow Prestwick to justify a stream. But Edinburgh and Aberdeen is something I'm really want to do. Just waiting for the right time and the right price as well. I did look at to see if it would be for trains. That's out of the question when I looked how much it was to get a train. No wonder the train industry is suffering, let alone they've got Wayne as the train driver. But you know, they've I think it was £300 standard ticket, London King's Cross to Edinburgh on LNER. £300. That's an awful lot. And I think you could buy, given the case that this is more expensive as well, by the way, for in air travel terms, I think you could get a flight from City to Edinburgh, and that was return 192. It's. I don't see what the benefit is by going train when you have situations like that. Don't know. What would you choose? Plane or train if you were going from London to Edinburgh? Tell me. For me, plane. Did you not get the staff discount card? I think they took that away from Dell there. I don't know if it's been suspended after yesterday's smoking in the back of the cab. Someone squealed, so he's looking at you, Wayne. Wayne says plane defo quicker. Absolutely, that's what I mean. If train was, see, that's the thing. Train's going to be slower. So surely you would have thought that would be the cheaper option. But oh no, even with Lumo was ridiculous as well. And I'm not travelling all the way from London to Edinburgh on a Lumo train. Absolutely not. James, welcome to you. Hope you're good. Dave said he could just do a shift. Oh dear. That's not how Dell works there, Dave. Okay, Edinburgh flight is inbound. Let's focus in on that for you. we have is a NetJets. Actually, it is a NetJets Bombardier Challenger, which I will show you in a moment. There is the Bombardier Challenger for NetJets there. This one's going to Palma. Oh, how did it go, Wayne, anyway? Apologies, I couldn't be at the end. I take it you didn't flip the train. David Bones said, I've done the train from Aberdeen to London, both seated and sleeper. Neither are fun. No, it is a long journey. Even if you get a fast train, it's still a long journey. And I can see where I wouldn't like it personally. That's why for me, to get me going, it'd have to be a good price, a reasonable price. And I think I was actually gobsmacked when I got the prices and went on to Trainline, and I couldn't believe it. Even I wasn't even like the next week or that month. It was 3 months ahead, which normally is cheap. So God knows what if you had to get a train for emergencies or whatever. God knows what that price would be. I didn't sort of look. Okay, NetJets heading off to Palma. This is the Challenger 350, a 6-year-old, registered in Portugal. Oh, L&T, there you go. Well, that's actually quite cheap. I take it that's a one-way price and not return. 153. See, I found it really expensive, but then again, I did book or look to go out on a Friday, so I wonder if a weekday is like ridiculously expensive because they know they could do it for sort of like business customers and who have to go for work purposes. And obviously, I know fares are normally a little bit cheaper on a weekend to try and attract the sort of tourist sort of commuter who's just want to head down to London for the weekend or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But there you go. David Bowes just made a very good point, especially when you can get EasyJet to Gatwick on Luton for about £40. But I mean, it works. It's a lot cheaper, isn't it? It is a lot cheaper. How are you, Lee? You alright? Yeah, good.
Bad journey down.
I was going to say, well, the journey not great. Lee's joined us today, folks. He said he would. He's made it. Yeah. What was it? C2C service?
GA.
Okay.
The worst bit was between Shenfield and Stratford, where the train was just literally going at like 1 mile an hour.
It's probably behind Elizabeth line, probably. Mind you, do they use the same tracks? I don't actually know.
It's sort of next to it.
Oh, so they don't use the same tracks?
In fact, the bit where I had trouble going to work that day, where the train ahead of me had hit somebody at Romford, was that their trains have to be programmed to open the doors at a certain underground station, actually.
Yeah. Wayne and David just said hi.
Hi, Wayne and David.
So we're just watching the Edinburgh flight disembark here. The first lot of passengers are now off. There you go. If you are just joining us, welcome along. Lewis here from London Planespotting. Don't forget to hit that like button. On this brisk, cold morning today, it's certainly starting to feel a little bit wintry now. But we like mornings like this. It's a lot calmer today compared to the weekday operations here at London City. But it doesn't mean that you don't get some good shots here, because you really do, especially when the A220s are inbound, which we are expecting them later today, around about 10:30, 11ish. And then I think we finish off on a Swiss A220 heading out as well, depending if the schedule works that way. But it looks like it will be something like that. Now, you'll probably notice there's no bus for the Edinburgh passengers. They are going straight into the building. Well, that is normal because they don't have to be processed for immigration purposes, which means they don't have to go through the international arrivals section of the airport, which actually is all the way in the middle of the airport, and it's underneath the main terminal, and you have to, it's a little tiny sort of narrow space. They do use the space well here at London City. If you've ever gone through the airport and realised whereabouts you are, you realise how well they use the space that they have, because it's very limited on what's on offer for them. So our next flight inbound is going to be the Dublin flight. This is the City Flyer 78 X-ray flight. This is also a Embraer 190 LR. What's the plan? Do you hear to the end? Or... Oh, clean windows there. That's a task, isn't it?
I'd like to say everyone look like a basket still.
Yeah. Yeah, most of them do that. Yeah, a lot of the towers around Stratford, they've already gone.
But small rise on Belfast, and New Zealand possibly looking to come back to Heathrow.
Oh, nice. When are they looking for that?
Don't know, they're just hunting around for slots. This is them that in 2019, early 2020 said we're selling our slots.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of understand it because you need the base in LA for the crew change.
Yeah. But I'm surprised I'm not going for Gatwick.
I know what Gatwick offers Star Alliance, so that's the... Because originally it did used to many moons ago fly from Gatwick.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Everyone seems to be going Gatwick at the moment because of the cost. Heathrow's prices are extortionate now.
Well, I didn't actually realise that. I think some of the Chinese airlines are up daily into Gatwick, and then that China Eastern.
Yeah.
There's only a plane around the radar box and it comes straight over like North Kent, over Essex to sort of Clacton to go over the North Sea.
Yeah, no, Gatwick on Saturday is very busy now. Used to be just Gatwick, so on a Saturday we do like just EasyJet, and you're now starting to get some good range of flights.
Yeah, because even Norwegian now, even though they're just serving Scandinavian destinations, there's still quite a few of them.
Yeah.
In fact, the thing I didn't realise until I was looking on for here, that Swiss only put Geneva as a seasonal only route from here.
They don't. No. Yeah, it's only summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it's only 2 now from Heathrow, whereas it used to be 3 or 4. Okay, Dublin flight inbound next. There she is. Wind is starting to pick up now.
That's not.
Okay, so the Amsterdam flight is ready to go. They have just reported to air traffic control. They're ready for start up. Just get you the action here of the startup. I didn't bring mine. I should have.
And these ones you can actually use them for legible touching.
Yeah, I've got them. Yeah, they're still not. I'm not a huge fan of having gloves on trying to like text and stuff, but. Carl, morning to you. Hope you're good.
Better than the first session. Go.
Anyone likes to come
What was that? Yeah, so the main thing you should look at is top sound, right?
Yeah, you can hear Lee in the background, Carl. He is here. Let's see what the Dublin flight has as well. We have on final now the Berlin flight that's due in, and we should be seeing our first A220 inbound soon, which is the Rome flight with ITA Airways. That is due. Along with that, in the air is the Milan flight, and also the Zurich flight has also taken off. So we'll see that, and also the Dash 8 is also from Luxembourg, is in the air as well, halfway through its journey. It's a very short journey, and we'll be seeing them very soon. As I say, all of the aircraft will be making their way here before the 12:30 cut-off period. Otherwise, I think it's 1 o'clock is the last one they're allowed officially, and then it all gets redirected normally to Stansted. We've had a couple of times on our Stansted show where we see a Embraer from City Airport get diverted here or there to London Stansted. And speaking about London Stansted, next week we're back. Same time, 9:30 over at Stansted Airport for Plane Watch. We're up close and personal with the crew there at Stansted. Love it at Plane Watch. Hopefully, fingers crossed, some good weather, because it's always nicer not having to sit in the rain, and also some great shots as well, and some nice variety that we hopefully will get as well. Quite a busy Dublin flight, this one. Lots of passengers on board here.
Did you know the reason why there's a cap at Dublin?
No, I didn't know it was cap at Dublin.
Yeah, there's a passenger cap at, because
Oh yes, I know the cap. I thought you meant sound cap. Sorry,
No.
yeah. I know that it's passenger cap.
it's actually because of the amount of traffic that it generates, because you've not got a train station.
Yeah, and also I think they're understaffed as well, isn't
Staff,
it? Yeah.
was what I originally.
Yeah. That's what Ryanair keeps moaning about. I never understood why they never put even a tram line or something like that.
We could put some kind of like a light rail of some description. You
Absolutely.
have 4 carriages like the DLR.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Daniel, hope you're good, celebrating 3 months. Thank you so much, and appreciate your support. Here goes the Amsterdam flight. A steep incline now from the Amsterdam flight as we go over to the Edinburgh flight. Let's have a look if they're boarding that one, because that's quite a quick turnaround normally on that one.
Yeah. Come over.
Oh yeah. You've been busy this week?
Did finish up at 3 dead on, but then most nights it was 6 o'clock. And then even on days we were home from 8 till 6 is still racking up the hours.
Remain in Stratford.
Working from home, literally 8 till 6. But then Stratford's a bit of a wash because you've got the journey anyway.
Yeah, of course.
128,
So we've got 2 arrivals looking to be stacked up actually. Our first arrival is going to be the Berlin flight, and second, what seems to be behind it, is the Belfast flight. So we might, it's clear enough, I can just about see the Berlin flight at a really far distance. This is quite far away to be fair. We can see a speck of light. But we could see a stack of 2. So if we do, we will show it to you. Yeah, I mean, it's is it definitely happened? I keep hearing this word of snow from the blast. I don't know if I believe it's going to happen or not. But
we're going to get rain.
Yeah, we'll get rain, especially down Essex and East London side. We normally get rain. Everyone gets excited because like the North and sometimes Ireland gets the snow, and then we get the rain. Oh dear. That's normally what happens. I'm trying to think the last time we had snow. I can't remember if it was last year. I seem to remember we did have a blanket of snow, but I can't remember if it was near Christmas or if it was after Christmas. Was it near Christmas?
I think it was just after.
It was after, wasn't it? Yeah.
So just remember, Southend was gone. Suddenly looking out the train window, there was sun.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Going into the office one day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne says we forecast snow from Monday evening. Is that where you are in Darlington then? Still waiting for this stack. The Berlin flight is about 1,800 feet and descending, and the Belfast flight is about 3,000, so that's the reason why we won't see it just yet. It's just above the clouds at the moment. Let's see if we can get out. There is the Berlin flight. I'm going to keep it on a wide shot because behind that you should start to see a little flicker of light. In fact, I think I can see it just below the Berlin flight. I don't know if the camera will pick it up just yet, but on the lighter part of the cloud you should see this speck of light just appearing. It's gone again because it's gone thicker cloud again, but I just saw it a little bit. It will appear soon and we'll see if it's stuck.
First when I was waiting for I came back, Pokemon River of Day and A.
Sorry?
I saw the Pokemon River of Day and A.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, nice. Well, that had to be a bit low over Stratford for Heathrow.
Yeah, it's quite funny sometimes the way things actually...
they do jump. Yeah, I've seen the A380 quite low. Yeah, the A3 can get EK29 can come quite low. No stack, unfortunately. I think we just were a bit unlucky. We had a bit of thick cloud there. So we're going to focus on the Berlin flight touching down. There we go.
What I believe to be Chinese air crews in the morning.
Oh.
Weirdly, I don't know
What,
if they
based
came,
there?
I don't know if they were going to like one of the hotels because you saw there was like 3 of them with their wheelie cases.
And that's a bit far for them.
Well, I don't know, Gatwick with flights coming in the morning from China, that's the only thing, isn't it?
Even so, it's even further because there's no direct flights, trains from Stratford.
Yeah, struck me as a weird place to see aircraft.
Yeah. Because most, especially if it's Heathrow, most of them come up in Renaissance.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could see if there was a shortage of hotels in there. It's too far from Heathrow itself.
Yeah, I mean, when I was at Renaissance last weekend, on Sunday, it was absolutely packed full of flight crew, mainly from the Middle East. So I think Etihad with their Qatar crew was out on there. They were getting shipped back to on the crew bus. They were starting boarding the crew bus. I think they had they had a coach because they must have been at least a crew of 4 flights or 5 flights.
Yeah, even with the extra Qatar flight, that was the Tower.
Yeah,
because it's quite interesting. They're not using a consistent aircraft on that.
Yeah, Saudi was there as well. I noticed. I saw the Saudi crew.
Yeah, because on some days they're doing like four flights a day. Kuwait are quite. I didn't realise just actually how big they are from.
Yeah, they must get a good deal of Renaissance really, because they always seem busy with crew. And also they seem to be the preferred relief airport hotel for customers who are cancelled or something like that. Okay, Belfast flight just landed. It is definitely cold.
JAL now every other day for the 350s.
Yeah. We missed it. We didn't get a JAL 350. It was a 777.
Yeah.
I was gutted. I was hoping for a 350. We also seem to have a news helicopter in the area, folks.
That's the one I saw at Canning Town.
Don't know why. Nothing going on today. There is a news helicopter. It's got one of them robotic cameras on it. Its registration is GBTV. Ah, it's more Dartford now. It's gone that way. Unfortunately, no view of the Heathrow traffic this morning because the cloud coverage is about 3,000 feet and above. So it's too thick and too low to cover that. Sometimes we would be lucky enough to get the aircraft above us.
Yeah, so I saw 350 coming over here one day where it's actually really nice.
It's, you get them both. You get them outside and you get them over there as well.
Yeah.
So we should be seeing ITA soon, and we are. We're about 15 minutes away from seeing the beautiful ITA Airways.
Believe it or not, the last time I was here, it took me all this time to see every single Swiss A220-100.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Bravo Alpha, funnily enough, was the one that I was waiting for.
Bravo Alpha. I've been on that one.
I can't
remember which one I've been on. It was... Oh, I can't remember now. Did that?
C-Series 100 or something like that was the
Yeah,
old
did
title.
Swiss actually buy it and got an Airbus, or were it all Bombardier?
Bombardier, because they were all true.
Yeah. They didn't buy any newer sort of...
No, any follow-up.
No. That's right, because they were all Bombardier.
So see, next summer, Airbus are going to have released 30 aircraft for the whole Lufthansa group. Which is Austrian, Swiss, Russian, the whole...
What, A220s?
Yep.
I didn't think they'd have them out because of their problems with the...
Yeah, they've got their own problems with their own fleet and the ongoing issue of the...
I don't understand that because they keep branching out to other airlines, but then they say they can't, or not reducing their service because...
Yeah, I think they do lease the odd A320 or something.
Yeah, they have, yeah. So KLM received another 2 E2s, which makes me think, when are they going to bring them out?
Well, the funny thing I've noticed with KLM and E2s, they're not that consistent.
No, they're not.
Even onto the Heathrow.
And they're not, because they're not, like you say, I don't think I think I might have seen 1 or 2 at Heathrow before. But other than that, it's always been just the normal ones, or the 7-3.
Yeah, because I think on the morning flights, although I don't know how regular it is now, they are actually throwing the proper 321 NEO on.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it's the one that leaves Heathrow about 8:45-ish. Because I've just had my radar popped on. Oh, look, that's something that popped up.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wayne says the snow is just a pain where I live. I live on a hill, becomes a skating ring. Yeah, I do like. I'll be honest. I do like it when it snows. I know it can cause chaos, but it's the inner child in me. I love it. I do like to go into it, especially when work decides to close, which is even more a brilliant thing. So yeah, we always sort of wait until we get close. The old WhatsApp messages go out and just go, well, what's happening? And we generally, if it's too heavy, they do close it. So happy days, and I just go, oh, yeah. I ignore the fact I work from home.
Actually, surprised a bit, funny enough, for us is when West Ham are playing at home.
Of course, yeah, on a weekday. Yeah, that'll be happening soon. Got one coming up January, I think it is, or February. Oh, no,
yeah,
December.
because they're not really that on the ball with it.
No, because they're not in Europe at the moment. Yeah, if you're in Europe, there'll be more Thursdays. Mike, welcome to you. Hope you're good. Good morning. Little Mallard.
I suppose the number of people still, even this time of year, on the boats.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, they're very busy. It's actually calmed down this morning when I got here. It was very busy. It was definitely must have been cold because there's a solo roller and she was just sorting out something and she went to her again and obviously got all splashed and she just went so you know it's cold. Oh dear. Dave Bone has just said booked to go to Aberdeen to Heathrow at 5:55 on Monday morning. I'm really thinking about changing it to tomorrow. It'll be a lot civilised and would give me a chance to do some marketing over on Myrtle area. Good grief! Oh no!
It's not a certain green box.
I'm yes. I think it's a grey box actually. I've seen his work, which makes me worried. Hope and pray is what I have to mind at the moment. Comes to mind.
Expensive.
Yes. As long as it's not got my face on it. Wayne started the north versus south divide here. It takes 2 snowflakes to bring you guys to a standstill. Standstill. Let's face it. We just get out and jumpers on up the north. Yeah, well, you guys seem to think it's also fine to run a bloody train on an icing rink. Need I say more? Oh God, be very afraid. Wait. Always a calm Saturday. I quite like a Saturday. Saturday summer's a lot better than Saturday winters, to be fair, because it's a lot warmer, and also you get the summer traffic as well, which can get some really interesting stuff. However, still good. We're behind the Newham head office today, as we normally are on London City streams. And you might have noticed, to the eagle eye of the aviators, if you do watch the BBC documentary Ambulance, you might have noticed a background picture of an airport in the background at their call centres. And that is indeed here because the London ambulance service for Newham and the local areas around here and most of central London is based here. There's quite a advanced operation here at Newham. They actually have 4 or 5 floors of the department building here, and they do run a massive operation here with the call centres, training facilities, and I believe they even have a small depot here as well. So a lot of activity here for London Ambulance Service, which we've seen. So it was a real nice surprise when tuned to ambulance. I don't mind that programme actually, and to go, hang on a minute, that's my area. Oh, I know that. That's where I work, sort of thing. So lots of areas of Stratford and the Hackney area and around central London and around here as well. They covered a crash, I think, last this week with the A12, which is the road I use, and I know exactly where that crash happened because I've seen the marks on the road, or on the wall I should say, where the HGV vehicle went into. So very, very weird when you start seeing things on TV which you've sort of seen or know where things are. Anywho, but they do some fantastic work here with London Ambulance Service, and it's a really tough job. So credit where credit is due. David says, I need to do a survey of the box and maybe some improvements. Oh dear. You're becoming a very dangerous guerrilla marketer, David. Yeah, the only thing you'll be doing to get out, Wayne, is stockpiling on Iceland's hammerages, probably before the snow comes and blocks you in. I'm sure your freezer's packed full of it.
I'd have to bring a new Irish freezer to us back up.
Yeah.
Sure.
I tell you what, you'd be screwed if your freezer breaks down, wouldn't you? So we're just waiting for ITA Airways. That's inbound very soon. Cheeky sod. Wayne's just replied back to that saying, did I just hear Lewis said he works? Thanks, just choked my coffee. And to the comment of stocking up hammerages, Wayne's already said, already done, don't worry. Oh, you are kidding. He's got 2 freezers. Of course he has.
So he's doing home delivery slots.
And David's just reminding me, remember there's no such thing as bad publicity. Well, I disagree with that one, depending how far you can go. Just don't get me for doing graffiti or public property abuse, please. With my face on the damn thing. Oh, Ken's woken up. Hello, Ken. Lewis works, question mark. There we go. Boris the host is in good session. We've lasted 2 hours, so it's not too bad, I'll give it that. Good morning, Ken, hope you're good. You're frozen over yet? Or is it nice and tropical weather where you guys are? And by the way, no E380s for you because the cloud thickness is too thick and also too high up. So you are safe today. Also, it says good morning, Ken. Hope you're good. To everyone who has joined us, good morning. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help us out. The more likes we get, it helps us with the algorithms, and we get recommended to others and potential new viewers as well. Welcome along, and happy Saturday morning to you all. Hope you're all good. no football this week for myself, and no football next week as well. So nice and chill. Like I say, next week we'll be at Stansted Airport, up close and personal, all the way from 9:30 to 1 o'clock. Hopefully, we might get a 747. There seems to be a lot of 747s with Qataris sending them, so hopefully we'll be lucky. Morning Ken, says morning Lewis, doing well, presently 7 here. Yeah, I was planning to watch the Mike Tyson fight on Netflix today until I realised what time it actually was, and I thought, no, you're good. Not worth it.
It's Las Vegas Grand Prix. Whoa.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. It was 4 a.m. No way. I thought it was last night. It turned out to be 4 a.m. Oh goodness, I'm cold and I am still waking up. It is the coldness, isn't it? Really hits you. Need to get my gloves back on. Thicker coat maybe. Right, inbound next is ITA Airways. Here she is. Here is the Airbus A220. Beautiful ITA Airways in their lovely blue livery. Wookie is inbound, folks. Here we go. Show your love by putting the Wookie emojis onto the chat, folks. So all you flight crew members. Yeah, I fast forwarded it this morning, Carl. It looked like a grown man just fighting a senior citizen, quite frankly. It looked bad. I don't know why he done it. It didn't look good. Really didn't. You can watch the replay. It's still live on Netflix at the moment if you've got Netflix.
Piece they're going to get for it.
Oh yeah, it'd be, it's all money. Very nice flare at the end there. The rookie noise is indeed as well. Morning, Carl. Hope you're good. Carl Shield has joined the chat. And Sarah as well. Good morning, Sarah. Hope you're good.
And just got to do normal rowing till about the 1K.
I think it was. I think it definitely was, Carl. All about the money. We're talking millions and millions here. Even the loser, which was always going to most likely be Mike Tyson, which is why it was always the reason why they'd done it for money. But I think he gets a ridiculous amount of money just for even losing. And you know, when you look at the whole Jake Paul, end of the day, what's he got to lose? You know, it's an easy fight for him. It's all rigged, personally. I think that one. It was I would never even count it as a decent a boxing match. It was just something unusual to watch, but it never really appealed to me. It's the reason why I didn't stay up or wake up early for it.
Marketing event from a sporting event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, boxing. I think boxing's too much promoted now. It's all sort of. It has to have these sort of things happening, and no, it's too scripted for me now.
Did listen to a podcast on the way in February. They're going to have a Formula One event.
We're here.
At the O2.
Oh, the O2.
Yeah.
Is that similar?
Showing the new liveries off.
I was going to say, is that similar to what we did a couple of years back at the XL? Because they've done an XL F1 experience, didn't they? I think it's still here, actually.
There was one this summer.
I think it's still here, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, Carl. Definitely. 100%. F1, I think it's F1 today, isn't it? This week, or is it next week?
Vegas, I'm sure it's this week.
No, it's next week.
Is it?
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was this week or next week. It's next week.
It's nice. There's actually a bit of a break when you end up with like the 3 in a row. But
I do think he's lost it, unfortunately. I thought he had a chance, Lando, but
no,
I think he's missed his chance now. It's
the
Max.
thing is now, would it be McLaren or Ferrari that get the constructors?
Oh, I think it'll be McLaren. I think next year McLaren looks really exciting.
The other question is, what will Checo Perez be doing next year?
Yeah, definitely. Carl says, I'm surprised London City is so small. It is really small when you compare to the other airports in the area, but that's pretty much because of the sort of space they've been given and allowed to operate. They've actually expanded in the recent years. Since COVID, they included more parking space and an additional parallel taxiway, which never existed. So before I think of 2020, you used to have to taxi down the runway and then turn off at the end of the runway to a holding position down at 27. That has now changed, which means that in operations they can handle more planes because they don't have to wait for the aircraft to land or take off before coming, like taxiing down on the runway. And they're able to run operations a lot slicker, which means they can handle a lot more passengers. So City Airport has always been an airport to try and expand. They've been doing that within the last decade or so now, and they are still pushing. They've had a couple of hitbacks from the local government here and also from mainstream government. However, they have had some successes, which is the operation times and also the amount of passenger caps that they are allowed to have. Recently we've seen the British government, the Labour government, has actually approved the increase of the suggestion was submitted for increased number of passengers, and I believe it also equates to increased number of flights within the hour time, and I think that is more for Saturday for next year's summer schedule. But it will mean, however, what didn't get approved was the time request, where they actually wanted to have a longer Saturday day operations and potentially finish at 5 o'clock. That was rejected due to the opposition from the local area and local authority. However, the latest what I was told was they have not stopped there. The local planning team here at London City is continuing to look at other options in trying to increase passenger numbers and also time slots. One thing that they mentioned was to have a exclusive A220 or E2 operations after a certain period of time, and only have quieter aircraft. So that could be an option here. Really, they have got ability to expand if they wanted to. Obviously they've got water surrounding the location, so they can actually expand further along the runway and further along where the terminal is. So they could expand the terminal all the way to the distance of the actual airport span, which would increase their numbers. They've increased the parking space by, I think, an additional 5 since 2020. Is it 5 or is it? I can't remember the number. Well, it is now additional because it used to be 22 and now it's 27 or 28 parking spot now. Was the max? I can't remember now. But yeah, so they increased it to an additional 5, I think it is, from 2020 when they included the new taxiway. And they are pushing for more, and also, well, last thing I heard was they were trying to increase the runway length as well. But that was pretty tricky, to be fair, and was denied because it's a lot easier to expand the airport's width side than it is for the length of the runway, because they are restricted at both ends of the runway due to surrounding buildings and operations around it. So there's a lot of sort of roads which would cause an issue for the airport. So I think that is less unlikely to happen, but it is certainly possible to expand it on the actual ground easily, quite frankly. Oh, it's until the 2nd of March. Oh, right, okay. So F1 exhibition is up until the 2nd of March, Carl says. I didn't realise it was that long. I actually thought it was just this year.
Yeah.
I saw it advertised actually on when I was watching Formula 1, but I didn't know that.
They did have an advert for it at my train station.
Yeah. It looked actually quite good.
Yeah, because if you're going with a bag, you have to buy a locker or something.
Oh, right.
That was one of the reviews I read. You're okay to take pictures of the cars and everything.
Yeah, but they're last year's cars though, aren't they? They're not this year's cars, so I'm not surprised.
I think they've got a few driver seats and stuff.
Yeah, there's I've seen 2 teams of driver experiences and simulators as well. Not sure about that one. Never heard of that one. Yeah, Adley, moving London City to a different location at one point. I've not heard that one, Carl, to be honest. I know there was always that talk of the Thames Estuary airport that the Boris Johnson had always raved about that he wanted to do, to take over from Heathrow, but that never was a starting point, to be quite honest.
Oh, the island.
Yeah, the island. Here's Lux, folks, a beautiful dash. a little bit, actually. I think it's because it's quite a great day. Carl says they extended the F1 experience due to popular demand. Yeah, it was quite busy last time. A lot of people I knew been to it. I wouldn't mind going. I might have to try and go for that. I don't know how much it is, but it looks quite good. Yeah, so that's what was originally put forward, Carl, the plan increase, which was to increase numbers from 6.5 million to 9 million. I think that has actually been approved. That was the bit which was approved by the government. But the planning permission to increase the Saturday operations from current situation, which was 6:30 till 12:30 or 1 o'clock. That was originally planned to be potential of going to up to 6:59, which was obviously 7 o'clock in the afternoon and evening. That was denied, but again, London City has always suggested that they will go back to the drawing board to try and get that. So I reckon eventually that will probably get adjusted at some point. Whether it'll be that late, I don't know. We might see it till like 4 o'clock. Or 5 o'clock. We'll just have to see. Wayne says, I remember Tony Blair's very ambitious plans to have combined airports for Gatwick, Heathrow and Manchester and Stansted into one central airport. Never even got on drawing board. I don't even know how practical that could even be. How can you have a centralised airport? So in other words, would that mean closing all the airports and have one in the Midlands somewhere, in one large, vast one which covered everything? I don't see how that would benefit the local economy in the area, and it's too far away, especially when you look at stuff like cargo. Cargo is probably one of the biggest economy factors in an airport these days, especially the likes of Heathrow, Gatwick, Stansted and Manchester, and also the East Midlands as well. The cargo finances the airports for them. Not so much here at London City. I don't think there's hardly any cargo which run along here. There might be a few via the actual flights, but nothing on the scale of, say, London Stansted or Heathrow. But they need to be local. You can't centralise them, because unfortunately you have to factor in traffic and stuff like that, which, anyway, I won't go into Tony Blair's plans. There's a lot of Tony Blair's plans I never agree with, and I'm sure, Wayne, you know my feeling on Tony Blair's government. Yeah, exactly. It just wouldn't make sense that. I don't think I'd want to drive 3 hours to a centralised airport for a holiday. Just about happy to drive 1 hour to Heathrow. So, the fact that I can get on a train to Heathrow on the Elizabeth line here and do it within an hour is a godsend. It's absolutely a game changer, I think. So I just don't see how that would work. I really don't. To be honest, I never saw how the Boris Johnson plan of the island one for London would work, because that would even be a hit and miss, because you'd have to get all of the... They would never close Heathrow, so the attraction for Heathrow would still be there. You know, but it would then, you'd have the expectation of the likes of British Airways and the airports that the aircrafts that wanna, or airlines I should say, will want to be a hub there. I mean, if you can't make it a hub to big airlines, then it becomes a no-frills airline, a bit like how Stansted once was and Luton was, where it took them a long time to get started. And I think for the size of that, a bit extreme, with the size of the airport, I think that would be quite catastrophic. But I can't see them surviving that long, to be quite honest. It would need to have a major shift. Like if you look at Berlin Airport, how they've done it, obviously that was always going to close the airport. That's not what this plan was about. It was a plan to basically say, no, this island airport would become the new major London Heathrow airport, which again, you'd need every party to participate in that for it to be successful, and I don't think you would get that. So it was always a dream in the pipeline, really.
But you need to have some kind of transport.
Well, exactly. Well, that's what it was saying, weren't it? Because he was talking about high-speed links into central London, which it would have been a non-starter without it anyway. But I think they realised once talking to the airlines, because the likes of British Airways, Virgin, EasyJet all said we're not interested in it.
No, because it means more cost, because even Air Berlin.
Well, yeah. I mean,
one of their major debts was the cost.
If you think about it, look at BA. Most of their operations are surrounded by, all based in either Heathrow or Gatwick. So all their staff are either local, no more than half an hour away. Something like that. Where would they be based? In Canvey Island. Where would that be based? There is no real town that close, really. Even Canvey Island itself hasn't got that much of residents there.
Problems getting on and off there.
Exactly. And the only larger city which wouldn't have that direct link was Southend.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have a direct, or that was never going to have a direct link. Anyway. Carl says £30 to £33 an adult for the F1 exhibition. It's about a price I kind of expected, to be honest. It's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive I was expecting, to be quite honest.
Well, that liveries one, they talked the tickets was about 50 something, about 58 quid to 100
Jesus.
something.
Oh, I wouldn't pay that. I mean, it's not cheap to be at the exhibition either. I mean, I've been to the XL for work, and like the prices for food out there is just ridiculous.
I know, I went to see that one for
Yeah, it's that age-old debate, isn't it, Wayne, about the third runway at Heathrow. Yeah, it's always has been. This is, like I say, never. This is in reference to the Tony Blair plan. Like I say, never even got the drawing board. It was taking pressure off him over the issue of the third runway at Heathrow. Our next arrival is the Glasgow flight. Ooh, a little bit of a correction there. And all of a sudden, London City is busy again. It looks like they're going to stand 8, so they're going for the whole stretch of it one way. They're using that opportunity because they can go at a faster speed as well. The Heathrow third runway is a very hot topic, but it's a topic that again has gone quiet and got dormant again. I don't think you'll ever get an answer to it if you want my honest opinion. I think there's too much at stake for anyone to actually have the balls to make a final decision, because no matter what you choose, there is going to be a negative for someone. I mean, I see it locally as much. My personal opinion is I do believe Heathrow does need a third runway. However, I totally see the impact that third runway would have in the local area and the damage it could cause, because if you look at where they're planning to put the runway, there would be a mass of change, not only for the local towns, like I think it's Longford, that was one of them. When I park around that town to go to the Mound, when we're on Mound Ops, and you do see the sign saying no to third runway, no to Heathrow expansion. And obviously it factors in of actually, yeah, these people would lose their homes, this pub would lose their trade, this hotel would go. I think even BA would lose their head office because they would need to relocate that, because it is in direct path of where the third runway would go and also where the terminal would go. A whole lot of changes would need to happen on the M25, and particularly in that area where the M25 is, it's probably one of the most complex junctions on the M25, because it has a connection between 4 different main roads, with the M4 and also other surrounding roads. So you can see why there's yes and no to it. However, not doing such a thing really puts Heathrow at a big disadvantage, especially when you look at other airports it's in competition with the likes of Schiphol, with the likes of Frankfurt, with the likes of Charles de Gaulle. They can handle the passenger numbers, and where once Heathrow was this busy airport which can be top of passenger numbers and flights, you're seeing now the larger airports expanding and actually passing that. And London air traffic is still the most busiest congested traffic in the world. But we're not seeing that benefit to Heathrow anymore, because we are now at the limit of Heathrow. Heathrow cannot take any more. This is why there is always a bidding war for slots at Heathrow, and why prices are so ridiculously high at Heathrow. It's all to do with demand. That's Plain and simple, it is demand.
Yeah, that's how much time we got from Qatar.
Yeah, yeah. That's it, Wayne. Yeah, and no matter what they do, it's going to have an impact on businesses as well. Because even if they do it, I think the benefit will be better for local businesses because there'll be more trade with the third runway. So the benefit is there for local businesses, and I think if you would ask local businesses, they would want it. But it would mean such a big change to the infrastructure and also to residents of the area. It's that old argument, isn't it? Why complain about an airport when you bought a home right next to an airport? What do you expect? I get that argument in some cases, but when an airport decides, you know what, we want to have that land and we're going to take over and we're going to give you a set price of what we deem is going to be, and now you've got to find a location. Bear in mind, in London, which is not the easiest to find and the cheapest either to get a house, it puts people out. Anyway, back to the aviation stuff, because I'm going more into aviation politics. This is the Berlin flight heading out. Obviously, these are just my views, and you know, my views are just my views, and that's it really. It means absolutely nothing, but that's what I personally see it. So apologies if this has gone a bit too political and it's boring you, but sometimes I think it's a good chat, discussion. That's why I think as well, to be honest, Carl, I think it would make sense expanding Gatwick. It's expanding Heathrow then to Gatwick. Gatwick is, to be quite honest, I don't see it as this international big airport which handle the whole leisure. Exactly, it is leisure. No matter how you look at it, it's leisure. That's why British Airways leisure, because they use it for cargo, like they do with Heathrow, where they do, 777. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet because the beautiful A220 of Swiss is inbound. Yeah, and also going back, Gatwick is okay to get to. I do feel that they should focus on improving the transport links to Gatwick. Right, stand by folks, we've got an issue with frame rate. How are we looking now? Looked a bit dodgy there, I don't know what happened there. Still buffering. Right, bear with me folks, I'm going to make a couple. Right, how's that looking? I think we are steady again. We should be stable again. Let me know how we are now. Seems stable, thank you, Cole. Right, yeah, it's getting good now. Apologies, we had to change servers for the bonding service. I don't know what happened there, it just went down. Inbound next is ITA Airways. This is the Milan flight here. Just in time for the stream there. Where's he going to go then? Left? Gotta go left, yeah. That's a far distance for him to taxi to. Oops, smoky plane there for start-up on this cold morning. Waiting to take off, lined up at the moment is the Florence flight. This is City Flyer 7019 and they are now rolling, so we're going to get you referring. We are now in a sort of busy period, just before the sort of shutdown of the airport here. We've got waiting to take off as well the Glasgow flight, but that's going to have to wait because inbound the Edinburgh flight will be landing. We've also got the ITA Airways, which is going to be waiting. I think they're waiting because they're actually going to be going to potentially, it might actually be stand 22 that they go to, which is where the City Flyers just exited or removed. It comes out now because they are taking to the runway. Michael, hope you're good. Good to hear from you. Welcome along. Everyone who's just joined us, don't forget to hit that like button. Welcome along. We seem to be stable again, so apologies for that. You interrupt us on our very in-depth discussion over Heathrow Airport there. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Should they have a third runway? Do you think they should have a third runway? No? If not, what's the options for you? You let me know. What do you reckon, Lee? Yeah or nay? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I appreciate we're all aviation lovers, so we want to see it because it benefits us in a way as well, but I actually think it's better for them. I really do. It will be hard for the locals.
Because I think it's just really upheaval for people in the surrounding area.
It's not going to be a popular decision. Carl says, I'd say expand Gatwick and Luton. I mean, for me, Carl, as I say, Luton and Gatwick. Luton's very small, to be honest, already, and I don't see how they can expand it that much. And I don't think the trade will be there for it to justify the expansion. That's the thing. They know if they expand Heathrow, it will not take long to get the trade there and for the benefits to rake in. If you do, not so much Gatwick, I think Gatwick could potentially pick up quite quickly, but Luton again is a leisure and low cost airport. So it's holiday makers. There is no sort of real sort of cargo. There is a little bit of cargo at Luton, but not on the scale it needed to be, or needs to be. Oh, that's a nice picture. Two A220 of ITAs together. We'll get you that in a moment. Also, I think Heathrow needs to be completely refurbished as well, with the fourth and third terminal, to be honest, because to be honest, the best terminals in my opinion, well for me 5 is the best out of Heathrow. I really like travelling at 5, and 2 is the good one as well. The only thing I don't like about 2 and 3 is the fact that you've got to walk a long distance underneath to get to the train station. That's the only thing, whereas with Terminal 5 you can go straight down to the train station, you're in the platform, which is why I think it's quite nice to travel to Terminal 5, because it's such a smooth operation and it's big enough to handle the passengers, not like Terminal 3 where their departure lounge is constantly packed, and also Terminal 4. Paul Hussey, thank you very much for your donation there. Morning to you. City Edinburgh flight here. Yeah, I see that, Carl. I mean, to be honest, what I find with to be honest, with all of the airports, is you get it with Gatwick, you get it with Stansted and Luton, is if you're not from the UK and don't realise the geographical locations of these airports, a lot of people, when they hear the word London, they think it's so close, especially like the Americans and the Europeans. You know, a lot of people used to moan when they used to get off at Stansted, because it's a 45-minute drive from Stansted to Heath to London. So and a train journey is about 20 minutes. That age-old saying again about the debate of should they call the likes of all the outskirts airports London. I mean, it was only, they always used to put, I mean, look at Southend, they used to put London in front of Southend because it could ramp up trade and get more sort of attention to them. I don't think any of them, Stansted, Gatwick, Luton, should be called London because they're not London. The only two which should be called London is London City and Heathrow, in my opinion, because they are within the M25. But that's my feelings on the matter, personally. But
it's called the London
exactly,
Borough
they're
of
not London. Exactly, they're not even London counties. That's what I mean. You could, you're right in that, but the thing is, it's in a London county and it's in a London. It's in an area where you could go to London spots, Heathrow, and that's the thing. You know, you could go to North London very quickly at Heathrow. You might not be able to go to Central London that quickly, but you can go to North London and to attractions like Ali Pali or something like that a lot quicker. So that's the thing. London's so vast. At least these airports are within that vast area, whereas. And you can use local transport. So you could jump on a bus and from Heathrow and go into London or to an outskirts of a central London area. Whereas you can't do that with Stansted, Gatwick or Luton. I mean, Stansted runs numerous national express services every 15 minutes, I think it is now. From Stratford to Stansted. Oh, hello. Luxair. Oh, Luxair's ready to start, and they want to backtrack. Interesting. Don't know why. Yeah, it goes quite quickly on the tube line. Like I say, you can get Elizabeth line. That's 20 minutes, I think, into central London from Heathrow, isn't it now?
Yeah, it's only like 40 odd minutes from Stratford, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 45 minutes from Stratford. Yeah. That's the thing. And also, you've got the Heathrow Express, which, if you're willing to pay for it, it's 15 minutes into Paddington. You know. I just don't think I think it's a bit of a trick on the traveller. We're a bit different because we all know Heathrow. You know, we know where the locations of each airport is, and most British flyer would know. It's a little bit more of a trick on the international. So if you were to book and thinking, okay, I'm going to buy a ticket from I don't know, Frankfurt to Heathrow, and then actually going to go to London Gatwick to Miami, it's a big journey. You know, and they may not know that. It might be cheaper, and there's a reason it's cheaper, because, you know, it's going to cost you that difference to do the travel, if not more. Yeah, I agree, Ken. This is my argument. I think it's a bit of a trick on the international passengers, like an American who wouldn't actually necessarily, and why would they know the geographical locations of these airports? I wouldn't know, you know, the difference in most European or even American locations. Wouldn't know. Do you know what, Michael? You took it right out of me. I was about to mention them. Ryanair. That is a good trick that Ryanair do. Oh, hello. The engine's just cut off. What's happening here? Luxair started off their engines and they turned it off again. We're going to monitor what's going on there. What's happening? Luxair just started, the Dash 8 started the number 1 engine. Number 2 engine, sorry. And then cut it off immediately. Just going to keep an eye on that, folks. But Michael says Ryanair have a terrible trick at that. Yes, they do. They love to advertise this one location, and it's an airport not. Paris is a good example. A lot of people think it's Charles de Gaulle. It is not. It's nowhere near Paris. Yeah. Frankfurt. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A lot of us rocked up with like 2 bottles.
Not too sure what's happening with Luxair here. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I also want to get you this great picture here of 2 beautiful ITA A220s side by side with the wings crossing as well. Look at that, wingtips crossing. Oh, they're starting again. Let's back over to Luxair. See what happens now. That looks a bit better.
Rename this within Smithson and Robin Hood or something. Yeah, at one stage.
Yeah.
Because people didn't understand where it actually was.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I never saw that, Ken. Oh, I didn't. We'll have to look at that. Apparently, they shut off because of cones near the engines. Wasn't removed. I did not notice that. I'm going to go back and have a look at that quickly, actually. We've had ignition, so there's no problem there. I do see a cone, but the engine wasn't started at the time, so I don't really know if... Yeah, I can't say, because we were focusing on the other aircraft, weren't we, landing, so I can't say for certain why that was shut down, whether they had an alert in the cockpit or the plane, the surrounding area was not ready or safe, I don't know. But anyway, it seems to be rectified, whatever it is, and we look like we're going to see the Dash 8 taxi very soon. If you guys joined us, welcome along London Planespotting fans, welcome to London City. Please make sure you hit that like button. Morning to you all, happy Saturday, hope you're all good. Lewis here, welcome along indeed. You join us with our Luxair Dash 8 about to take off to Luxembourg, returning. It's the final flight of the day for Luxair. We've also got the Rome flight, I believe this is the Rome flight, taxiing as well. It is the wrong flight indeed. Off. That's how quiet the A220 is. Didn't even hear that start up. Absolute credit to the engines at Pratt & Whitney, despite them having such a bad reputation lately. We've also got inbound the Berlin flight and also the Ibiza flight, also set to arrive very soon. We should be seeing Luxair taxiing out in a moment now, so I'm going to focus on that. We'll probably see him do a controls check in a moment. Samir, welcome to you. Hope you're good. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to hear from you. Now Luxair wants to backtrack on the runway, so I don't know if that means that they want to go ahead of ITA and they will be departing first. We'll just have to see what happens if they do turn and enter the runway. Let's just watch them, because ITA is quite close to the line-up position. And the Berlin flight is also on final, so they may have actually lost their chance to backtrack on the runway now. I'm just going to wait and see, do they turn? If they do, they would be doing it here. And I personally think they've lost their chance to do that. Wayne, no problem, he's just about to get himself a coffee. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty safe to say they've lost their chance to backtrack now. Yeah, they would have done it by now. Yeah, Carl, thank you and appreciate it. We just realised that the overlay was missing and the logo was missing. I'll just put it all back, thank you. Okay, here comes Berlin flight now. We're going to focus on that. Okay, Ibiza Sea Flyer flight 29 Lima is now set to land, and then afterwards the Rome flight is going to be lining up behind it, and that was what air traffic control has just cleared. If you have joined us, don't forget to hit that like button.
It's actually one of the busiest bursts that I've actually known where you're
Yeah.
a couple of
Yeah, normally is, but not. It's quite nice on not so much on a winter period, so it's quite nice. Becky Davis, welcome to you. Hope you're good. So interestingly, the last flight which is set to land has landed. I would say that's every single arrival now complete. And then we focus on departures. Still a few more activity here, so don't think that's it, because it isn't.
07 clear for takeoff, thank you.
We're expecting Swiss at 12:20 and ITA Milan flight at 12:40. Quite a heavy dash now. It was really clear to see how heavy that dash was, because you can notice that they did not rotate too steep. Probably it's because it's a full flight today, or given it's the last flight of the day for Luxair. Our Swiss flight to Zurich, passengers are now boarding. We can see passengers starting to come along. The Milan flight should be starting as well very soon. But we will see Swiss being the first A220 coming out or leaving the airport, and then we will see the Milan flight. Now Milan could make a bit of time up, so even though it says 12:40, the chance that could be a little earlier. You never know with Luxair, with ITA Airways, because they're a menace when it comes to on-time timetables. Still need to sort themselves out.
Saw one that was early yesterday.
Yeah, well, take a picture of that one and frame it. Yeah, that's unusual.
Which, like you just said, for the most part.
Well, they've affected London City's departure average now. So it was once average delay was 5 minutes. Now it's 20 minutes.
Well, imagine Iranian a bit hit and miss as well.
Yeah, yeah. But it fascinates me how often they actually. Of course, to be fair, 6 minute delay on average today, so it's not too bad. But on a weekday, that would be, if that was the whole stretch, that would be like 20 minutes on average. So yeah, it's been a good show, so thank you everyone who's joined us so far. Still got another few more departures, don't go anyway just yet. We've had some good chats as well, which is really nice. I like having these sort of chats with the chat group as well. Some in-depth discussions, as we can see here, one of the returning flights now coming in. I believe that is the Edinburgh flight. Carl says, ITA are causing problems again? No, never. Leave them alone. I've got so much time for ITA. I just hope they can survive it. They are.
I didn't realise they were fighting to get. They only had like one fight a day to get with.
Yeah, yeah. Are they continuing operations
I'm
together?
not sure. I thought it was seasonal even.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah. Because that's an Airbus A321, isn't it? They used. I think that's
Two 320s most of the time.
Oh, is it A320? I always thought it was the A321. I didn't know that. Now, have we got passengers boarding? Yes, we do. Let's see how busy this flight is. So, yeah, about a year ago now. Is it a year? 6 months ago. When did they stop? Was it April this year or last year? I can't remember now. They gave up with Heathrow. Was it April this year, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's only a few months now since they left Heathrow and moved operations to London City and Gatwick, with a seasonal operations at Gatwick. but their main focus is the London City operations, with 2 flights of 2 destinations, with Milan and Rome, where they focus on their new fleet of the A220s. And it looks like the final lot of passengers are also boarding the Swiss flight. We can see passengers being, I thought I saw them being held, maybe not, maybe we've had the final lot of passengers and we might see the final baggage loaded. You wouldn't want to be late for this one because there's no more flights going out. You'd have to have a journey to Heathrow if you missed it. And even then I don't think they have that many now. Rather annoyingly, I didn't get me compensation from Swiss as well. They rejected it when I put in a claim for my cancelled flight. They blamed someone else. Never mind. We can see the air stairs being moved away. Oh, not the air stairs, but the stairs, because these aren't air stairs. And the passengers are now boarding for the Rome flight. I think they could. They're boarding early for it to be a 12:40 departure. I reckon it could be back on time here soon. At least maybe 12:30. I don't think it's going to be 12:40. Because there's nothing to sort of hold it up, really. So as we reach the final few flights of the show today, tell me, what is your plans this weekend? Are you just relaxing? Have you got anything big going on? Just let us know on the chat and we'll read it out. I am, like I say, just going to be chilling out. I think I'm going to go to Lidl's and stock up on a couple of things on the way home. Might be getting steak tonight and doing a bit of steak, I think, for me supper. What's the plan for yourself, Lee?
We stop from Westfield and get a sandwich or something.
You go Marx's?
And then have it on the train.
Yeah.
Because by the time we get back, it'll be like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
So either Greg's or in their sandwich or a nice cup of tea when you get in to get a couple of warm.
I don't like what they've done to St Mark's at the moment at Westfields. It's too confusing.
Well, yeah, I always find it.
Have you been in there recently?
Yes.
You think they've moved it all about?
Well, I suppose because the trouble is with all the Christmas stuff.
Oh, I hate what they've done to it. They've reduced the lunch area. It's too much.
In fact, the funny thing is when you go in there, the first thing you smell is the freshly baked bread.
Yeah, yeah. Wayne says, catching up on domestic chores today and chilled tonight. Live again tomorrow evening. There you go, first little plug of the day. No, don't forget tomorrow, Wayne is going to be attempting to flip some trains. Actually, are you doing trains tomorrow or are you doing Transport Fever tomorrow, Wayne? Let me know. Carl says, no trains today, Wayne, so we're all safe. Lee, you're good to go on a train today. It'll be safe.
Well, I thought it was like rain when it was doing like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he has a moan at me being slow. I'm not moving my trains, but I'll tell you what, you're getting slower every day now, mate. You were doing 70 the other day on a 125. So, you can see cargo door has now closed. We should be seeing Swiss leaving very soon, sorry. So there'll be transport fever tomorrow. That's nice. And do you know what? You're getting me involved into it. Do you know what? There you go. Look, ITA is pushing the stairs back. I think we're going to see this on time. Or close to being on time. I can't see this being 12:40. Not unless there's a slot for 12:40. So it might be they have to wait. In fact,
I think you can just hear engines.
I can hear the APU on. Yeah, APU started. David says, big tidy up around the house today. I need to take the dog out as well. And Wayne's followed on saying, Chris Xmas are going up. Xmas decks, are going up as we speak. I knew he wasn't doing anything. That's the reason why that advert went on the chat. He's putting the Christmas decks up. My mods are slacking. Oh dear.
I see they've already done the mince pie of the year competition.
Who's got the mince pie of the year this year?
M&S, because they've got cognac in them.
To be fair, I quite like M&S's mince pies. I like puff pastry mince pies.
Well, I don't like mince pies.
Oh, do you not? Oh, no, I do like mince pies. But I prefer puff pastry mince pies instead of short crust. Oh dear, it's cold. It's starting to get very cold.
I quite like your log though.
Yeah.
In fact, they're doing a Christmas version of is it the caterpillar cake in Marks and
Oh, what,
Spencer?
Colin? Yeah.
I saw that in my emails from him yesterday whilst I was working.
They do. I mean, you can see why they took Aldi to court, because that and Percy Pig, they absolutely use everything of it now. There's a whole aisle for Percy Pig and Colin Caterpillar now if you go to Marx's. Right, the engines have started up over at Swiss, so our Zurich flight is heading out soon, folks. Fair play, Wayne. Says, mod slacking must be a theme. My train conductor did exactly the same trick last night. I was taking the rule book out of the unions when it comes to train operations. I was down in tools. Ooh, ouch. Ken's gone. Mods on this stream reflect the stream's operator. Thank you, mate.
Well, you did that super chat for him.
Yeah. I think it's because Ken didn't get his money's worth today of no A380s, because there was no A380s to even look at and warn you about, so that's what it is. Burn cream for Lewis, says Wayne.
Helicopter around somewhere.
Yeah, she's there. She's gone that way. I think it's air ambulance from London Hospital. So we've got a double A220 departure finishing off today. What a way to finish. We should, it's quite possible, we might see them both at the same time, or quite close, because ITA is also more or less ready. we're at a perfect position to see the startup of ITA when they do start the engines. I have a feeling the time that we are seeing on flight radar, where it says expected at 12:40, could potentially represent a delay in the slot rather than operational delay, because they have not moved the stairs yet, which would to me suggest that they have got an ATC slot probably over Europe, where they're not able to depart just yet because of too much traffic over Europe. So I reckon we probably might see them now. The fact that they're not moving away too quickly would suggest that they're not in a rush now. But fair play to
Right.
oh yeah, beacons on, navs on, there we go. We're going to see us moving. It's so quiet, you don't even realise, but the engines have actually started and I think they're ignited.
But the first ITA departed, although it was the sound of the Dash 8 camouflaged. Oh dear.
Wayne says, thanks to my Xmas decorations you got off lightly today, Lewis. Just saying. Thanks, Wayne.
Mildly roasted toast.
Yeah, mildly roasted toast, that's it. My chestnuts were roasted. Oh dear. My hands are freezing. I definitely need to bring the gloves next stream.
Remember to put the gloves
Yeah,
in
they're in the other coat. But the other coat's quite thin, so I thought I'd go for the thicker coat today. I think for Stansted I'm going to need the full thick coat,
you're right,
gloves.
right out in the open. In fact, I want to remember seeing
And it's on grass, so it's more, the ground's cold as well. Yeah.
I want to remember seeing there. If you can imagine all the fields around it full of crisp snow.
It really, when it's freezing, it's cold there.
Yeah.
It is freezing cold. I'm glad they have a pool cabin there, and you can go, if you get too cold, there's teas and coffees. You can quickly go downstairs and get yourself warmed up with a tea and coffee, which I might be doing that next week. I do sort of well prepare myself with flasks and everything, and try and keep me warm. But I was looking at them today, hand warmers, like battery operated hand warmers.
I've seen those.
I thought they're not bad. I can have a look at that. But I just don't want to pack anything more in them in case it weighs a ton as it is. Oh, hello. Are they starting up?
So I think we've obviously going to have a bit of action.
I think we're going to have dual action here, folks. What a way to finish today. We haven't started engines yet, so I'm going to go back to Swiss in a moment because I think that is going to be moving very soon. I'm just keeping an eye on the engines here.
Is it running like a Swiss watch?
Sorry?
Is it running like a Swiss watch?
Yeah, Swiss certainly is. I don't know about the Italians.
What's Italian?
Yeah, exactly. Oh dear.
Although Maserati are famous for clocks.
Are they? I didn't know that. I knew
Yeah,
cars.
in fact in Spain I've seen in the jewellery shops, you know, where you sort of see all the fancy watches, there are Maserati watches. In fact, they originally started as a watchmaker.
Oh, I did not know that. There you go, to learn a fact every day. Carl says, don't forget your thermals, Lewis. Yeah, do you know what? I have to invest in some sort of thermals. It's getting pretty cold. And jeans just don't always do it. It gets cold.
No, I've been seeing I've got a proper jumper on as well as my
Yeah, I've got a
t-shirt.
jumper and I've got my t-shirt, but I'm just getting a bit... My hands are getting cold now. Oh, yeah. I might have to, when I pack up, I might have to go on the car app and pre-warm the car. So it's nice and toasty when I get in there.
I mean, that was the thing that surprised me. The DR is still, actually, at least they're half
They
decent.
got warm.
Got to think it's partial closure, so I've got to remember to get the Jubilee back.
Oh, have you?
Stratford, yeah, from Canning Town.
Oh, so there's no DLR from Canning to Stratford?
I saw, yeah, because the way I went through Stratford, you could see there was a bit where it was kind of taped off.
Oh.
Because at least the sort of two platforms are fairly close to one another for that. That's why I mean, give him half a chance to go DLR all the way.
Yeah, I'll do like DLR. There we go, there's the rookie noise. That's the good sound we like.
But then, because I thought the Elizabeth line when it was underground would be quieter than what it actually is.
Wayne says cold must have dropped below 15 degrees. Poor Lewis. I'll have you know, it is 9 degrees here.
Yes.
It's cold, alright?
9 degrees, but it feels like...
Exactly. It feels like less than 9 degrees, I'd say. Do tell me, Wayne, is your speaker active and nice and loud? There she is. What a beautiful, beautiful sight that is. And Carl's picked up where the Northerns are out. Carl has said, don't you mean 25 degrees, Wayne? What a noise. Ain't that a noise? Gets the Wookiee noise on here, shall we? Where's our Wookiee? Here's our Wookiee. We've missed you, Captain Wookiee. Have we got an engine start? No, we haven't, not yet. Not yet. Michelle, welcome to you. Hope you are good, Michelle Johnson. It says Mountain Warehouse for Thermals, Lewis.
The first time I went to Myrtle Avenue, if you can imagine, like early January, I waited till it got just past.
It gets cold. Renaissance gets cold as well because you're high up.
Yeah, because it was. I think I waited till it got just over freezing before I even left.
Oh.
Sort of found myself with a Sunday with nothing to. I know.
I remember once, probably the coldest I've been was on Stansted, and obviously at Stansted, lights are on, beacon lights are on. That means we are starting up. Yes, we are. There we go. Engine number 1 is starting up. So we're going to focus on that and keep on. Yeah, I remember probably the coldest I was Stansted once. And I was on a ladder on Stansted, and I realised how cold I was because the ladder was shaking, because I was shaking, so the ladder was just like that.
It's a well-meaning ladder.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was just so cold. JSMR, welcome to you. Welcome along to the channel. Hope you're good. Thank you for subscribing, and hope you're good. Thank you for joining us as we focus on this beautiful engine. That sounds quite bassy this time.
Yeah.
Trying to work. I didn't know if that was some car's bass or if that was the engine.
I don't know. I do wonder if it's to do with if you've got all the things behind it
Yeah,
and the way
true.
the sound
Yeah,
sort of
the wave.
travels.
Right, to give you an update, Swiss is moving to the centre line, so we are gonna move over to Swiss. Apologies, we did try and stay on to that as long as possible, but the Swiss is not hanging around. They're gonna go now. Here we go. This is Swiss 457 heading off to Zurich. It is Juliet Bravo Bravo. I believe I've been on this one, and Hotel Bravo as well. It's an 8-year-old aircraft. and we're going to go back over to ITA because they are set to depart as well. Engine number 2 is starting up, and there is ignition. No problem at all. Appreciate your support there, Michelle. Thank you so much. Says, loving the stream. Missed most of it, but feel you're painless with that cold there. Must get yourself to M&S for some thermals or other brands are available. Well, I'm gonna have to start because I'm getting cold. I'll have the old scarf on soon. I think. I don't like having it too much, but I think the scarf and the woolly hat's gonna have to go on soon. And I've got quite a thick jumper on today, but I might have to double it up.
We've done well considering in the middle of November.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, we're good. I just think this week alone has gone really like cold now.
Noticeably.
Yeah, I think next week's going to be a real chill.
Yeah, 'cause I think it's only like 3 or 4. Like on Monday and Tuesday, even for us, even though it's going to tip it down. I mean, surprised actually where we are.
Yeah, what is this? Have a look.
Which is sort of where it's just damp.
What's London City supposed to be on Monday? Oh, there you go. Look, we said it. Rain.
Well, it always does when I go to Stratford on Monday.
Oh, Friday's going to be cold. 5 degrees on Friday. It's getting cold. What about noon? 6 degrees in Stratford on Friday. It's going to be cold, folks. It's going to be cold. There she goes. Beautiful, beautiful A220.
In fact, I think they might be both the last 2 eaters that I need because they're the new one.
Oh, they've completed. Are they new? What's the?
I think HLD. So
HLD. This is brand new. September 2024. Yeah, we haven't had this one. Ah, there you go. Another newbie for the channel. Let's get that recorded because this is H Lima Delta. There we go. Brand new 2-month-old aircraft. Love how ITA keeps sending new aircraft here. I bet it's still got that new plane smell. I need to be on this because the cabin looks amazing inside. I really like what we've done in the cabin of ITA.
I'll do a nice cappuccino.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got a cappuccino machine apparently on there.
Good.
JSAMR says sleet on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't think is that for London? I don't think for London. I don't know where you guys are based. So we've been told they're going to have a 4-minute wait for their slot. So they are going to be a little bit earlier from their original slot, but I think they are subject to slot restrictions. So it looks like they are going to have to wait. But the good thing is they'll be able to wait on the runway because there is no more. They are the last operation for today here at London City Airport for the for the Saturday operations. So thank you everyone who has joined us today. Don't forget to hit that like button. Next week on Saturday at 9:30 we will be live from Stansted Airport, up close and personal, for our Stansted special show that we do once a month with Plane Watch. So really looking forward to that. Probably one of the best views that you can get here at Stansted on exclusive to the channel. So thank you to the crew of Plane Watch, sorry. And yeah, we're gonna see ITA now line up. And they'll be waiting here. Look at that wing stretch there. That's beautiful, isn't it? There she is. So, about 2 minutes to go before they have their slot to take off. With the Hotel Lima Delta. Is it the newest?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? It's their latest A220 100 that ITA currently operated. Received to them in September this year. Only 2 months old. Samil, no problem at all. You take care. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We're going to take this opportunity as well to say thank you to our mods for your time, even if some of them were putting up their decorations. But a huge thank you, guys, once again for your continued support of the channel. And to our flight crew members, once again, thank you to your dedicated support and support that you give us financially to the channel, and to everyone who has donated today, and all of you in the chat and who have pressed the like button. Thank you once again. This has been London Planespotting. Hope you have enjoyed it. It's a calm day on a Saturday, but we still love it here at London City Airport. And what a way to finish up on today. The strobe lights are on, which means we're about to go very, very soon. We're waiting for that radio transmission to say cleared for takeoff. We haven't had it yet. You'll hear it in a moment because we've got radio up loud and on. So yeah, about another minute I'd say until clearance is given for their slot. But it has been a really chilled out, nice day indeed, and we've got to see some fantastic A220s as well. We always seem to be spoiled at London City with now 3 daily A220s at least within the hour or so, which is great to see. And it's looking to be that we're seeing to have more soon as well, which is great. I think we'll start to see the A220 as a main operator. Oh.
12 o'clock range of 5 miles, PFI helicopter operating on about 2,000
There we go. Clear for takeoff. There we go. Let's have a look. Folks, that is it for operations here at London City. Now, what I like to do, it depends on what type of the type of air traffic controller we have. Sometimes immediately after the departure of the last plane, we get a radio message from Swanwick to say that they are handing over control of the airfield to ops, which is always a nice, unique part of this stream. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't, because it takes another 20 odd minutes or so, but I think we could get it. I mean, it's on time on the normal sort of departure. I'm going to see if we can get, hang on, there we go. She's already banking now. How beautiful does she look? And that is her gone. Thank you so much, guys. That is it. That is the final flight of today's operations here at London City. All of these aircraft here are now parked up, ready for Sunday's operation. It's actually quite unusual to see so many parked up, because normally we would see this quite empty and most of them inbound, but this time alone it looks like on the schedule it is going to be parked up. Michelle, thank you so much. You are so kind. Thank you for donating £25 to the channel. That will go a long way. That really means a lot. I'll put it towards some thermals, yeah? No, honestly, all jokes aside, that will go back into the channel, and thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, Michelle. Thank you guys so much. Let's see if we can wait a couple of minutes. Come on, ATC, do what we want. Let it be. Hand it over to ops. We can't. I'm trying to see if there's ops out on the airfield, because normally they come out now to do the handover, but I don't actually see any of them. Can you see them, Lee? I can't see them at the moment. No, they're in. It's probably too cold. It's too cold. They're probably inside having a cup of tea. I've seen their. Well, I've not seen ops. I don't know if they use the same one as the ground crew. But the ground handling agents, their staff room's quite nice actually. They've got a sort of settee, TV and sofas and everywhere, and nice facility. There's ops, I can see ops, there we are. In the middle of the airport. Let's see if they come out now. So what the procedure will be is the airport is handed back over to ops. Ops will then manage the control of the airfield. Now, on a rare occasion, we had this a few months ago, where a plane lost an engine issue and had to make an emergency landing when the airfield was actually closed. It got special permission by ATC to land here, and it was meant for Duxford. I can't remember the actual aircraft. It was an old aircraft, and it was stuck here for about 5 days, if I remember, because they had to fix the engine. But yeah, that's a rare occasion. But now this will be completely quiet, more or less. They might do a few maintenance on the aircraft, like we had this morning, where they normally do them at the end here to the left, and all these are parked up, and you'll see that you got some maintenance currently happening at the moment with the doors open and the maintenance crew doing their stuff. But at the moment the airport is now closed and everything is handed over to ops. I don't think we're going to get the call sign, unfortunately, as much as I hope we did, but I think we're kind of close. I think officially it's 1:45 they hand over the ops, and no later than 1 o'clock is the handover. So I think we'll find that they won't hand over operations just yet. So on that note, we're going to say goodbye to you all. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to start packing up because it again is cold. Take care, everyone, and goodbye. Bye.
Jets on the rise, dancing waves on open skies. Yeah, we're runway, a sight to behold. London plane spotting stories untold. We're on tour with the year we rode. Spotting planes, fake the airports to home. From the ground to the clouds we aim. London plane spotting more than a game. The journey's just begun. Throttles set, our hearts all as one. Wings align, the runways clear ahead. Pilots wave, their smiles once spread. Airbus or Boeing, choose your side. Through the clouds, where few have ever been. Airborne dreams, watch them take their flight. London sky, the joy from morning light. LGW, it's the views we crave.